pushing the show live now. Well, hello everybody. We are live at Vancouver Harbour. Okay, I'm just going to do some final setups here. It's nice to be back here at Vancouver. We came downtown and we've got a Turbine Otter starting engines right there. I'm just going to do some final setup. Hello, One Av Geek Girl. Welcome to the show. I'm just going to do some final setups here. Share the show on my social media, etc. So, just give me a second while I do that. So that's right, I am live at Vancouver Harbour in downtown Vancouver for some float plane spotting. So, oh, there's a Beaver. Kind of missed that landing. If we can, there we go. Look at that. Snuck in. Beautiful. Our first arrival of the day is a vintage piston Beaver. Isn't that nice? What's the name of the company? It's a bit, is that something Seaplanes? But yeah, not very nice to have a Beaver as our arrival, first arrival of the show. Isn't that nice? Wow. And while that's coming in, we've got, I'll just show you here, we've got a otter coming out as well. Yeah, quite neat. I haven't even finished sharing on my social media yet, so that was fast. Just give me a second here while I do that. Put it on wide angle, just so. Well, I can't. The action started, so social takeoff without much delay. Fast and furious action. Fast and furious. Fantastic. North Vancouver, the background there. And as I say, once we're set up here, I'll give you a view of the scene here at Vancouver Harbour this morning. It's the 3rd of July, 2025. It was Canada Day a few days ago. As some of you know, I've been away. Another lander. Yeah, it's non-stop action now, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do much sharing on my social media. Yeah, we've got 4 airplanes happening right now. We've got the one that just took off. We've got another takeoff here. Look at this. It's fantastic. The footage is terrific, I have to say. I haven't had a chance to take my eye off the camera to even look at the chat, so I apologize for that. Do apologize. That is, it's called Gulf Island Seaplanes, that other aircraft, which is just parking right here, right now. Yeah, Gulf Island Seaplanes is the name of this company. So let's see if I can quickly do some social media share here. Well, I've got 2 seconds. Let's see if I can get this done. It just brings a few more eyeballs to the let's see here. As I say, I just had to get things going here pretty quickly, and unbelievable, because yeah, once 7:30 hits here, the action starts going quickly. And I'm doing one more here. All I've got time for. Post it on my LinkedIn. And I think that's about it. That's about all I've got time for. I'm going to go back to the chat. Let's bring my eyes down to the chat. Okay, so there we go. Okay, thank you, everybody. Here's that. Oh, another takeoff. That's the thing. Sorry again. I was going to put my eyes in the chat, but no time. Harbour Air. Caravan on floats. Here we go. We've got full power. It's on the step. That's the step right there. That's a big tanker in the background there. Navios. Oh boy, yeah, lots of airplanes buzzing around the harbor. They open up the harbor for air traffic at 7:30 a.m. And once that 7:30 hits, it's showtime, big time. So here we are. We're at, oh, there we go. I'll do a follow out there on that aircraft. Makes the turn. I was away for my annual birthday getaway and had some good downtime. Got back just yesterday morning, actually. And oh, we've got another Turbine PT6 engine starting up right here before our very eyes. It's this one right here. Yes, so okay, I can now finally have a look into the chat. I can see John Bolden, David T, Rain, Paula, who else? Chris. Well, I'd like to welcome you all to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in here. We're at Vancouver Harbour's float base, downtown Vancouver, at the float base this morning, and we've got some passengers boarding right here. Always exciting here at the float base for sure. And they're maneuvering. Look at that. Look at the action here this morning. It's a cool morning here at Vancouver. It's about, I think, 12 degrees. So, yeah, not exactly boiling, not sweltering temps. 12 to 13 at this point in time. There's always good action. Summer months, right? This is more of a summer thing. It's a year-round operation, but certainly a lot busier in the summer. For sure. Because it's tourist season, cruise ship season, etc. So, lots happening. Hello, Martin. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you're a supporter of the float planes. Martin Davidson. The current time is 7:53 a.m. So, float plane activity starts at 7:30, and we check the schedule, and it'll be busy for about 2 hours, from 7:30 to about 9:30, and then it drops off. So basically, the plan is to run our show, if we can, until 9:30. So for about another hour and a half, something like that. There we go. Isn't that nice? Can never grow tired watching these float planes. Beautiful. Love it. Oh yeah, look at him climb like a bat out of hell. Look at that. Boeing climb out profile. Gear up. Beautiful. Northshore Mountains there. The background. Makes the turn heading over to the island. Yeah, he's climbing heavy. Probably full. Probably not an empty seat on that airplane today. So, as he heads over to Nanaimo or Victoria, probably could be a charter as well. Could be a charter. He's already up there at the top of Grouse Mountain. No snow, as you can see. All the snow's gone. And we've got our passengers here getting ready to board their caravan flight. So hello, Karen Monson. Welcome to the show. And Glade. Hello, Glade, as well. Yeah, Davey T. Davey says Harbour Air has missed a flight with him. So... Well, yeah, so here we are. It's a beautiful morning here in Vancouver in that it's not boiling hot, not sweltering temps. Just to give you guys a little bit of a lay of the land here, we do have a cruise ship. This is Silver Sea. That is Silver Sea. Nice cruise, actually. Nice cruise company. And you can have a look at the name of the ship right there. So Silver Sea is in town. Lucky Devils. For those of you that have not been on Silver Sea, I understand it's a fabulous cruise ship line. So anyhow, let me welcome everybody to the show. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. My name is Henry Tenby, and you're watching the Vancouver Live show, and we're not at Vancouver Airport. We're actually at the Downtown Harbour here in Vancouver. It is, what's the current time? It's about 7:55 a.m. So operations have been going for about 25 minutes. They start ops here at the airport Downtown Harbour 7:30. That's a noise curfew thing. So yeah, starting 7:30, boom, the activity starts. We're going to be here until about 9:30, so about another hour and a half of soaking up, no pun intended, the action. So we got a caravan that's starting engines right now. And we'll just give you guys a zoom in on the caravan that just left the dock as I was on camera. Sierra. Sea Air is going to be underway here in a second. Most of these flights are going to Vancouver Island, of course. And Davey's joining us from Germany, which is great. So yeah, basically tourist season here in British Columbia, Vancouver, is as soon as Canada Day hits, which is July the 1st, boom, summer is supposed to be here, and the tourists are here for 2 months. So the months of July and August, that's your peak travel boom here in Vancouver. Of course, the weather's the best usually in the Vancouver summer months of June and July and August. You can almost guarantee warm weather in those 2 months and minimal rain. But again, here we are. It's July the 3rd, and it's 13 degrees, 12 or 13 degrees right now. I think we're supposed to get up to a high of 22 today. So it's not sweltering temps. We're not boiling. And just the way we like it. It's moderated temperature because of our proximity to the water. So Davey's coming back in August. Hope you have a nice visit, Davey. Maybe you'll get yourself a float plane ride. Plenty of opportunity. I saw signage as I was walking here. $59, starting at $59 for a sightseeing flight with Harbour Air. Rock and roll, rock and roll. Sea Air is up. Nice. Beautiful. Navios. Mr. Navios is in the house, as is Silver Sea. It is definitely a very scenic area here at Vancouver Harbour. Airplane, a nice smooth pan for you guys and gals. What's starting? Wada. Okay, I got a fix on, but look what we got here, guys. Twin otter landing. Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this beautiful? This is nice stuff. This is what we're here for. Harbour Air, Twin Otter, isn't that gorgeous? Textbook landing. Oh, nice. Sweet. Yeah, it was how appropriate. It was Canada Day just 2 days ago. And One Av Geek Girl and I celebrated Canada Day with pomp and ceremony at Montreal Airport on our way back from Martinique. It was about 7 o'clock in the evening, or maybe 8 o'clock in the evening, and they were having a fireworks celebration in Montreal. And we went outside the terminal doors there on the arrivals level to the there's a ramp, and we just watched the airplanes and the fireworks in the distance for Canada Day. And it was a cracking show, I must say. And we had a lot of laughs, and it was great to see the fireworks in Montreal, beautiful Montreal, for Canada Day. And this airplane celebrates Canada and the maple leaf, and our flag, the Canadian maple leaf flag, is the color scheme of this airplane. Beautiful twin otter, if I dare say so myself. FDYL is the Reggie. So, while that's parking, this guy's now starting engines. Wow, talk about action. Hello, Martin Davidson. Martin, no, it's all one area. They don't have separate areas. Harbour Air has just one boarding area, one ticket office. It's around the corner. It's not visible right here. But yeah, it's just one area where you go to. They don't have any separate division of space or office for charter or scheduled flight. It's all from the same area. So look at that. Look at the action. Holy camole. This is why we're here, guys. This is why we are here. Great action, great PT6 engine action. Wow. We've even got helicopters here buzzing about. This guy should be putting the pedal to the metal any second. I love this location, but it is a bit repetitive, so that's why, you know, an hour and a half is pretty good here. And as I say, at 9:30 the traffic drops off the side of the ledge, cliff. So that's it. Let's rock and roll. Time in the old town tonight. Look at that. Look at all that spray. Excellent. Okay, he's up. We got another one that's going right now from one airplane to another. So I had a very, very, very productive, relaxing birthday holiday. One F Geek Girl and I, as I say, we were in beautiful island of Martinique in the Caribbean, and it was just beautiful, beautiful, warm, sunny weather. And it gave me the opportunity to work on my version 2, volume 2 of Air Travel Time Machine. And I got about 3/4 of the way through the book. So I think I'll be able to have the book ready to go to the book designer by the end of the summer. And who knows, maybe by the end of the year or early next year it'll be available for sale. So yeah, we had an amazing, relaxing time. Wow, just about missed that touchdown. I could live in Martinique. It is such a beautiful place. Oh, the weather. I mean, look at this. Here we are, we're in Vancouver. It's 12 or 13 degrees on July the 3rd. And in Martinique, 30 degrees. Just love it. Love it. Of course, the food is fantastic. I enjoyed my fish tartare, right? Sashimi. The Japanese call it sashimi, and the French call it poisson tartare, raw fish. Oh, it's so delicious. They had various local fish, but I particularly like the marlin tartare at dinner. Just wonderful. And of course, we got to practice our French. Always rusty after a year of non-use. So yeah, we were able to dust off our French, and it was great. Superb. Nice to get away for the holiday, for my birthday, as we do every single year. We've been going to Martinique for several years, since before the pandemic. As I say, if retirement was here and finances allowed, I would definitely consider living there. The French live in a very civilized manner. Unlike Vancouver, where they're gouging for everything. Everything is very, very considerate there. No such thing as paid parking on the island of Martinique. That concept they don't believe in. But here in Vancouver, it's just through the roof. To go to a park, you have to pay. The city of Vancouver has become extremely greedy, but they should take a cue from Martinique. A little bit of a wind you can hear. A little bit of a wind. So, as I say, it's not hot. I'm not boiling hot, not sweltering heat here. Hello, Paul. 29 degrees in Thailand at 22. Well, exactly. That's the kind of weather that they have in Martinique as well. And here, look, that Beaver is on its way out. Gulf Island Seaplanes Beaver. I love the sound of a round engine. That's right. One Av Geek Girl said no seaplanes in FDF. We've got a fly past. Impromptu air show. Those Canadian geese? I think so. Doing a high-speed pass over the airfield. Always nice to see the birds. Hello, Sukman. Is anybody going to the Boundary Bay Air Show on the 19th? So yes, they're having a Boundary Bay Air Show on the 19th of July. I think that's a Saturday. Boat, or is that a military boat? Is that a Canadian military? I can't tell. Yeah, there's a Canadian flag, and all the guys are in military uniforms, so I'm going to say that is Canadian military. Yeah, that's Canadian military. The Canadian Navy on our show. Yeah, that's what that is. Kind of an indiscreet looking military vehicle, ship. Harbor patrol vehicle. I knew it was, yeah, it looked military. It just had that military look to it. Let's see if we can get some showtime here. Thank you very much, Father Norman. Good to be back here in downtown Vancouver for our return from holiday show, as I'll call it. Let's see if we can get a beautiful takeoff from this Gulf Island Seaplanes Beaver. This should be nice. built a very rugged float plane. And that's why they're still flying 70 years after they were built. It's a surface skimmer until he builds up speed, and then he can start to climb a bit, just like that. Wow, one AvGeek girl, holy moly. Thank you so much to one AvGeek girl for donating 5 JetFlix memberships. Holy camole, that's incredibly generous of you, one AvGeek girl. Thank you so very much. And I'd like to congratulate our winners that picked those up, which I'm going to read out here once we've got this aircraft landed. Wow. Nice bounce. Okay, wasn't that nice? Wasn't that nice stuff? So let's congratulate Noise Bloom for picking up one of those premium gift memberships, and RMC SimLab, congratulations. John Bauer, congratulations. Dadio Dude and Paul Young. So congratulations to all of you guys for picking up those JetFlix premium memberships that were gifted by one AvGeek girl. Wow! Oh, nice stuff. Hello, YXX Plane Spotter. Welcome to our harbor show here at Vancouver Harbour. Beautiful Vancouver Harbour. Just to give you guys a... There we go, that's the view. The Northshore in the background. Is there a control tower? Yes, there is a control tower here. It's on top of one of the buildings behind me, but it is blocked. So unfortunately I can't show you that tower, but yes, there is a control tower, and it's just kind of over my right shoulder, behind the Silver Sea cruise ship. So I'm not an expert on things in terms of ATC and how it all works. I think that there's a certain element of it being an uncontrolled airfield as well, but I do know there's a tower, and but I don't know the exact procedural arrangements for how it all works. There's our Canadian Forces vessel. There's not a name on the boat, which is interesting. Or not that we saw anyhow. Not that we saw yet. This guy's going to park right there. Hello, Andy O'Shea. Good afternoon. I'm glad you're enjoying our water show, which is exactly what it is. I'll show you guys here our famous SeaBus operation, which is essentially public transit. Right there, that's the SeaBus. They've been in service for a very long time, or the service has been going for a very long time. It connects North Vancouver and downtown Vancouver, and there's two of them. They go and operate in each direction, I guess every 15 minutes. I'm not sure, maybe it's every half an hour. So those are the SeaBuses. That's, as I say, it's basically just that. It's operated by BC Transit, kind of like the Star ferries in Hong Kong, you might say. So this one here is on its way to the SeaBus terminal, and right there's our Silver Sea, a cruise ship. What is it called? Silver Nova is the name of that ship. And there's the Port of Vancouver, and we have another lander. Sea Air? I think it's Sea Air. It is. Yeah. Turbo Beaver. Kind of a rare airplane, the Turbo Beaver, actually. Nice, always nice to see Turbo Beavers. Obviously, it's heavily modified. They take a Beaver and they heavily modify it. They put a Turbine PT6 engine on it, stretch the fuselage. Kind of reminds me of the Monty Python sketch. Back nose off, you know, stripping budgie. Was that a budgie conversion to a Terrier? Kind of a good analogy for the Beaver conversion to a Turbo Beaver. Yeah, it's good old PT6 engine. Hello, Mixture A350. Yes, that's right. Please don't forget to tickle that like button. Always appreciate that. Thank you for that reminder. And hello, David Underwood. And Hans. Are there any bulk ships? We'll have a look. I don't think so. I don't think we have any bulk ships. We'll point the camera over to the other side here in just a second and have a peekaboo. But I don't think we have any Sulfur ships in harbor right now. It's empty. I'll give you guys a view to the other side in just a second. Good question. Hello, Alan Lee. Good afternoon from the northeast of England. When I visit Vancouver, I stay at the Fairmont down the street. Yes, it is. The Fairmont is, in fact, down the street. Kind of just behind me in the cluster of towers behind me. Let's have a look. Are there any bulk ships? I don't think we have any bulkers at port right now. No, it's empty. It's all empty. Okay, that's an interesting contraption, isn't it? But yeah, there's no ships parked at the Sulfur terminals there in North Vancouver. So no bulkers. They're towing that contraption. But if we scan the North Shore, you'll see that it's a lot of obviously shipbuilding yards. Oh, that's nice. Isn't that nice? There's a ship in dock. I don't know if that's looks like maybe a military ship too. 520. I think that's probably a Canadian military ship that's in dry dock there. It looks like is that wet dock? No, that's wet dock. Sorry. That is not a dry dock. I think it's sitting in the water. And as we move along, another tugboat. And yeah, there's no bulk ships over there that I can see today. So yeah, it's pretty quiet. Well, that one, I guess, the Avios or Navios. But it's... And here's our... This comes in from... This operates... This is the Hullo service, which operates a passenger service from downtown Vancouver to Nanaimo. Yeah, is there refueling? Yeah, they do have fuel here. As far as I'm aware, JG may ask, do they have fuel? Absolutely. There is absolutely fuel available here. Sometimes you can see them fueling the aircraft. So no, they definitely have fuel here. That is for certain. Good question. Thank you for asking. Hello, Donna, Davey. Welcome to the show, Donna. What's that yellow pile? It looks like powdery. That's sulfur. That is sulfur. That is bulk loaded onto ships heading to Asia. So yeah, Vancouver's been a sulfur terminal for, I don't know, 70 years maybe, 50 years, I'm going to say more like 70 years. We've had sulfur export from the port of Vancouver. It isn't mustard. Mustard powder would be nice. Coleman's mustard. No. There they are. If we don't have airplane action, we've got good ship action. I wonder if these guys know they're being live streamed, or if they even care. I doubt it. It's interesting how they... I've never been on this service. I'd like to take it one day. I'm sure it would be a nice way to get to the island from here. Different, than taking an airplane. You could take the airplane one way and this boat the other way. It would be fun. So yeah, it's going to be parking right here. Navios is a bulk ship. Okay, so the Navios is bulk ship. So here's the guys that are controlling the ship. That's the let's get waved at us. There they are. Nice. They're parking right here. Isn't that lovely? And we go from ship. Look at, we've got our Harbour Air Canada flag Twin Otter taxiing out now. Great Twin Otter action. Who doesn't like Twin Otter action? And there's not too many places in the world where you can actually fly on a passenger Twin Otter, especially on amphibs, on floats. That's a special, rare thing. It's very rare, but you can do it right here in Vancouver. Fantastic. We did check, one AvGeek girl and I did check we checked the fares, and it's today's a busy day because it's obviously peak tourist. $300 one way from here to Nanaimo or Victoria if you wanted to book last night. So, big bucks. Big bucks. For sure. Hello, Walter. Welcome to our show, Walter. Lady Di. And Lady Di gives us some information about the naval ship. It's an Orca-class RC Navy training tender. Showtime. That was a pretty short roll. Got off the water there pretty quick. Yes, that's interesting about the Navy ship being a training ship. Thank you so much for telling us that. Always nice to have our experts in the house to give us the information that we need. And we've got another takeoff here. Sea Air is bouncing. They got a bounce, and they did. Well, the sun's trying to come out. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it. Maybe get a little bit of warmth going. Let's get that temperature to maybe to move up to 15. That would be kind of nice. Focus. Oh, nice. Okay, back down to our float base. We have another engine start happening here, right there, center frame. And thanks again, Lady Di, for that information about the naval ship. It says, the name board is brass on wood on the side of the cabin. I zoomed. Okay, well, thank you very much, Lady Di, for doing that amazing detective work for us. That's awesome. Donna Davey says, my brother-in-law used to use those ships for cadets out of Quadra in Comox years ago. Wow, amazing. No, I'm just so glad to get this great information. And James D, from Scotland. Okay, you can find a twin otter that lands on the water, yes, but no floats. That's right, to Barra. That's right. That's been going for a very long time. The Scottish twin otter service used to be run by Loganair, actually, back in the day. We've got a lander somewhere up there. I'm trying to find it. Right there. Lots happening. Holy camoly. Turbine otter on approach. Biting down to the runway. The watery runway of Vancouver Harbour. Oh, I've got the smell of burnt kerosene. Got the burnt kerosene smell. I love that. So we got one that just landed, and we got another one here that's making its way out. So, oh, got the name by Googling. Okay, very good. Hello, Louisiana Zamboni. 42 degrees in Louisiana. Barra is still Loganair. Okay. Still run by Loganair. Yeah, they've been around a long time, Loganair. Long time. That's on my to-do list, is to go to that, land on the beach, Barra, with the twin otter. I'd love to do that. One day. You've got to get up to Scotland first, though. great action, wonderful action here. And that's why we're here, actually. It's a 2-hour thing, right? 7:30 to 9:30, the morning rush. And it's a great time to do our live stream. And we've got our arrival taxiing in. It's great. Look at all these passengers here, by the way, coming off that boat. Really, really quite a lot. Look at all the people all lined up down there. It's incredible, isn't it? Quite a bit going on the Hullo boat over to Nanaimo. A lot of tourists around. That's nice to see. We certainly are happy to have our tourists back. Hello, AD Electronic Teardowns. Oh, someone was asking about fueling. They're fueling the airplane right. Yeah, I think they're fueling right there, I believe. I think that's what the deal is. So yeah, they definitely fuel the airplanes here, and that's just how that is. Interesting seeing them doing that. Kind of looks precarious, doesn't it? It's an interesting kind of not the view that you see on a regular basis on other airport streams on the internet. Guys climbing on the roof of a twin otter. It might be unique, or a single otter, I should say. Fueling and whatnot, maintenance. Kind of an interesting view. I wonder what he's checking for. Who knows? Yeah, so this boat behind me, the Hullo, operates from Vancouver to Nanaimo. I don't know what the fare is. You guys could Google that and find out. It is a beautiful backdrop, Vancouver, isn't it? I can give you guys just this is kind of, there you go. That's the view here at Canada Place, where I am right now. Beautiful. These are lovely, lovely buildings, and that hotel, the Fairmont, is kind of right there, right, kind of where the camera's pointed. And one of my favorite breakfast places is the Dutch. I always love a Dutch pancake. Great place for a nice pancake. If you're in Vancouver, they've got locations throughout the city. And Esther L., thank you so much for the $2 donation, Esther. That's very, very kind of you. I very much appreciate it. And Esther asks a question. Is this daily commute? For some people, I think yes. I have heard, a friend of mine is a travel agent, and he does tell me that there are people that commute daily back and forth on the float planes from Nanaimo and Victoria to come to Vancouver and work. So it's not common, but there are people that do commute. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, interesting question. Interesting question. For sure. I guess, if you were going to commute from Vancouver to Nanaimo or back and forth, I don't know if Harbour Air offers a discount package if you buy a lot of them. I think maybe there are government officials that may do that, but it would still be expensive, right? Even if you got it as cheap as $50 each way, that's $100 a day. Times 5, it's 2,000. Even if it's $2,000 a month. So again, I think it would be rare, but I do know that there are government people that almost daily do commute. So it's not that it's unheard of. Great question. But yeah, so these buildings here, as I say, this is harbor front here at Vancouver, and lots of very nice hotels, nice apartments with a view of Cole Harbour. So, and these are all the passengers you can see that are now waiting to board the Hullo between Vancouver and Nanaimo. So, just giving you guys a bit of a panoramic view, so to speak. And yeah, so you can see right there. Well, the glass is kind of in the way but there's a bit of a glass barricade here. But that gives you so that gives you a good panoramic view of our harbor here. We've got two twin otters sitting right in front of me. And it's a very nice morning. Very, very nice morning. I'm glad I came out to the harbor today to do our show, just to do something a little bit different than what we normally do. Also, big news. I don't like to use the word big news, but on the news this morning as I was driving out, they were talking about some nutcase called in bomb threats at airport control towers across Canada. So there were flight delays at YVR and Montreal and Toronto. So I thought, yeah, that's another good reason not to go to the better to come to the harbor. So I'm glad we did that. Glad we did it. I hear an engine starting. Yes, I see it right there. Kind of. This is the one that's starting engines. So, yeah, it's nice to be here. Eurist Game says, did you catch the P3 Orion fly past? No, I didn't catch any P3 Orion. I was I was flying from Montreal back to Vancouver yesterday, returning from my holiday. So I wasn't out at the airport other than when I arrived at YVR and got Uber and came home. But tell us, where did the P3 do the fly past? Was it at YVR or was it at the harbor? That's a good question. Oh, it's an Aurora. Yes, an Aurora. So was that did they do the fly past at YVR or did they do the fly past here in the harbor? Because it could be either. I'd like to know. But it's too bad I missed that. I would have loved to have seen it. Hello, Bobby Darren, joining our show from Louisville, Kentucky. Ah, okay. Okay, but lives in English Bay, so Vancouverite. Nice to have a glimpse of the hood, yeah, while in the States. Yes, all is well here in Vancouver. Not a bad day, but cool. Cool, definitely cool. For sure. Low teens right now. Is 12 degrees when I drove in. They said 13 or 14 by mid-morning, and by later this afternoon we should get up to the low 20s, but it's definitely not hot. There we go. Showtime. Dry dock on the left hand. It was on the left hand side of the frame. It was well above the water. Okay, we've got Showtime here with the Twin Otter, because they're just moving this one back to start engines, it looks like. Yeah, they're pulling that one back. That's great. That is wonderful. Hello, Python. Welcome to the show. Okay, so Urus Game says it flew over the harbor doing a demonstration, honoring the HMCS Vancouver service. Wow, amazing. No, I didn't know anything about that. As I say, I was just arriving back in Vancouver, but that's amazing that they did a fly past. That's wonderful. That is wonderful. That would have been very neat to see. They've got the lights on in this Twin Otter, the tail light, so I guess maybe it'll be starting engines here in just a second. That'll be neat. Glad you're enjoying the show, Darren. Catching the float planes. That's what we're doing here today. Something a little bit different. Are they going to start engines on this Twin Otter? I think they are, because they've got the beacon on, right? That's indicative of starting engines, so let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. But there's nobody. The ground tech seems to have walked away, and it's still tied up, I think. Yeah, it's tied up, but we'll just keep our camera pointed here just in case. Yeah, he is waiting for engine start. Lots of action. Paula Day, member for 13 months. Congratulations, Paula. Wow, 13 months. That is fantastic. Yay, I can now watch. Yay, I can watch now. Just got to work. I love Vancouver Harbour. Yes, we all do love Vancouver Harbour, Paula. It's a wonderful place to relax. And congratulations, Paula. Thank you so much for your support over the past 13 months. And enjoy the summer. Okay, very quickly, I'm just going to pull the camera because we do have a lander right here. Let's see if we can get a 2-for-1. And now we can look back at our twin otter here, which, oh, there we go. He just gave the signal. He just gave the signal. So Harbour Air is going to be starting engines right now. PT6, great PT6 action. Our battery's at 25% as well, so we may have to do a quick battery change. We'll be watching it closely. Nice. This is it. This is the big stuff. Airplanes on the move here, just so you guys can see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's busy, busy, busy. That's amazing. Beautiful footage. As I said, the battery's coming down fast now, so I may have to do a battery change. We'll just do the best we can here. Impressive. He backed it up and turned it around. Wow. Amazing. Oh, burnt kerosene too. I love the smell. Love the smell. Birds are flying around me too. This is kind of neat. Very cool. That gives you the lay of the land. We'll see if we can get the takeoff in before I have to change the battery. That would be amazing. That would be truly amazing. Yeah, see, just have a look here. This guy's going right there. As soon as he's gone, I think our twin otter is going to bust a move. So, I think that's the case. I think he's going to get going like right about now. If the battery collapses, I'll do the battery change ASAP. There we go, there we go. Oh yeah, we got it. Love that harmonic. Beautiful. Beautiful. Nice. Very, very nice. Wow, I really enjoyed that. Battery's at 15%, so we're gonna do a battery change here in just a sec. But this Twin Otter was something special, getting the departure. I'd love to be on it as a passenger, and I will be one day, but not at $300 one way. 150 is worth it though. Twin Otter flight, definitely. Okay, very quickly, we have a landing as well right here. Battery's at 14%. I think I'm going to change the battery because I don't want us to have a problem, guys. So let's do a battery change right now. Let's do the battery change. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to do the battery change and we'll be back in just 1 second. Nice. Just getting our battery changed. So that was good. That was terrific. Paula says, can you see Lionsgate Bridge? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Now that we've got that Twin Otter action out of the way, I think we have just a glimpse of Lionsgate Bridge, Paula. So we'll have a look at that here in just a second. It's going to come into view in just a second here. I'll show you. Lionsgate Bridge is kind of visible. Yeah, right. You see it right there through the totem pole park there. You can see Lionsgate Bridge. That is our glimpse view of Lionsgate Bridge. So on the tourist bus heading to Totem Pole Park, you can see. And there you go. We get 2 turbine otters in the view as well. Kirsten says the weather looks way worse. Okay. Hi, Kirsten. Welcome to the show, Kirsten. Truth Provider says, does the SeaBus no longer operate? Yes, the SeaBus operates. We've had it. I just showed it a few minutes ago. Okay, Twin Otter landing. We've got a Twin Otter landing right here. This will be nice. Great Twin Otter action, I should say. I love the bite down. I love that bite down. That was nice. Nice stuff. Okay. So we go from 1 to this guy. The action's really good here. That's why we're here, actually. Soaking up the action, no pun intended. Seagulls buzzing about. Passengers are boarding the Hullo ferry right now. Thank you so much, Alan Lee. Very generous donation, £5 from Alan. Thank you so very much. Alan says, thank you for the stream, very enjoyable. I'm glad you're enjoying our water show, our harbor show here from Vancouver. Thank you so much again, Alan. That was very, very kind and generous of you. Thank you so much for that donation. So, right here in front of us right now, we have this twin otter taxiing back. That is landed before our very eyes. And we have the pilot, I guess this twin otter that's in front of us right here, the pilot is checking it out. I can't really point the camera down. Yeah, it's difficult. There's a pilot wandering around. You can see he's checking out his airplane. I guess they're going to fly this airplane as well soon, because he was doing some checks. But it's nice to see all this twin otter action. There's the Sulfur pile in the background. Lots of things happening here on the water. Wow, Istanbul Maritime and Aviation is joining our show. Hoş geldiniz to Istanbul Maritime and Aviation. Nice to see you. Welcome to the show. It's good to have our friends in Istanbul joining us. Yes, this covers both bases, and Istanbul. I really love watching the boat traffic navigating the waterway in Istanbul. There's always fabulous ship maritime traffic in Turkey. And I enjoy my Bozi tour whenever I'm in Istanbul. I'll do a Bozi tour. Bozi. That's an inside thing. You have to be from Istanbul to know what that is. So yeah, this is the Canadian training vessel that is here. Oh, is there another Canadian military vessel coming? Yes, I think there might be. Is this military? I don't. Maybe not. That might be more of a. Is that more of a tourist thing? I don't know. I can't tell, really, what this one is. Is it part of the military training? I don't know. But yeah, neat to see this here. This Canadian military ship. I wonder if they know that they're on our live stream here today. Neat to see. I guess it came over from Esquimalt on the island. Yeah. Okay, so we go from ship to airplane. We have one of our Turbine otters starting engines right now. Great action. Great action, if I dare say so. I'm enjoying it. It watered, not landed. That's exactly correct. Yeah, bozy. That's what I'm trying to say. Correct. That's right. Look at this. So much maritime action here, guys. The Hullo just left, going to Nanaimo. Orca class. Thank you, Brave Fox. It's the PCT Caribou Orca class. Excuse me. My allergies. So yeah, lots of neat stuff here happening. Who's going to Nanaimo? Wow, there's so much neat action. So much neat action. That would be that would be a fun trip. That would be a very fun trip to take. So we've got that. We've got this. Wow. Yeah, Brave Fox says PCT Caribou Orca class. There we go. I think I hear those engines. Yeah, that's it. Builds up some speed and then he pulls it up sharply. There you go. I'm glad that it's actually a bit cloudy. It just keeps the temperature a bit moderate. I'm not boiling, not worried about, you know, getting too thirsty. So that's great. So here's our Nanaimo Hullo. They're just, I guess, navigating their way out of the channel. I guess they have to be aware of what the air traffic is doing as well. So yeah, these are container ships. As you can see, containers heavily loaded on the ships. And there's the SeaBus again, departing from the SeaBus terminal, heading over to North Vancouver. So there's one SeaBus departing, and there should be another one on its way over as well. I'm looking for it. There, is that it? No, that's not it. There's the inbound SeaBus coming from the other side right there. So funny looking, isn't it? As I say, this is the Vancouver equivalent of the Hong Kong Star Ferry. Goes from Chim Cha Choi over to Hong Kong Island. I guess he's, yeah, so the Hullo's waiting for those guys. We'll get the two. There's the two SeaBuses in the same view, right, like that. So the wind just picked up a little bit. Oh, hang on! Look at this. They're the military are bringing a whole bunch of their officers over on a big dinghy. Big Zodiac. Isn't that nice to see? Look at them. That's incredible. Nice to see this. This is neat stuff. Friday Harbor said fuel barge. yeah, they're practicing, of course, because I think they're bringing these guys are going to come over and join their bigger ship. Let's see if that actually happens. We get to watch airplanes, a little bit of some of the Canadian Navy. It's great. So Istanbul Maritime says, I miss the Boaz. I'm going there on Saturday. It's been a while. Truth Provider. Yes, it is a bit of a nice change from YVR, isn't it? Being out here on the water. Let's see. They're doing some kind of operation. We've got a nice view though, don't we? Let's see. This has been good fun. I've enjoyed it myself. Yes, Karen Monson, I like you guys are using the ship icon. Paula can't wait to ride on the SeaBus. Can the little one catch up with the big one? I wonder. Let's see if they can catch it. If they can do this demonstration for us. Yeah, they're doing some kind of training for sure, right? They're definitely doing training. There's the other one. Yeah, this is on the water training. This is the real stuff. Yeah. And now, okay, so they're now moving this twin otter back. They're towing it back they're dragging it back. So it may get to fly as well. Let's have a look. Hello, Rev1 Kev. Member for 13 months. Congratulations, Rev1 Kev. Definitely very much appreciate your 13 months as well. Good day, Rev1 Kev. Excellent. And hello, Glenn's Aviation Love. We have an aircraft landing right now. Looks like a turbo Beaver. And I'll bring the camera around gently for us. There it is. Yeah, it's a turbo Beaver. No, it's a Caravan actually. It's a Cessna Caravan lined up for instead of it landed, it watered. Sea Air. Nice. Bit of a choppy landing at the end, as it. Yeah. It watered. It just, yeah, that's right. It didn't landed. It watered. Good point. Yeah, I think we're going to have this twin otter here because I see passengers coming our way. So I'll just show you. We have these passengers. I think these are our twin otter passengers coming right here. These are our twin otter passengers. These lucky devils that get to fly on a twin otter. That's right. If you guys can hit the like button, that would be amazing. It would be appreciated. As one av geek girl just pointed out. And hello, Philip and Set as well, joining our show from the island of Sheppey. Hope everybody is doing well. Yes, there's a maritime flavor to the show today, exactly. So, these passengers are going to be boarding, yes, this beautiful twin. This is what these lucky guys are going to be flying on today. And we have coming in this nice Sea Air Caravan right there. Taxing in. Instead of taxing in, yeah, maybe can taxi in work as a word for water? I guess so. So here's our passengers arriving at their twin otter. Wow. Lucky devils. How many of them are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Looks like 12 people. So they still have some seats on that airplane available. They still have seats. It's not going with 100% load factor. And we have some observers in the house. We've got some other spotters here, not just human as well. They're enjoying the show. Passengers are loading. What's happening? It's Cobra chickens, yes. So Glenn says, this time I'll be going on the Hullo ferry as opposed to the seaplane. Glenn, what does it cost? Have you checked it? Just curious, what does it cost to go on the Hullo? How much is it one way? I think it's about $35 Canadian. Yeah, these are students, I think. So, what's happening? He just took the gangplank away, sealing up the door, and we're gonna have some twin otter action. $80, okay. 80 bucks. I'm gonna show you guys something very cute though. This is very, very cute. If I can show it to you. Yes. See, this one is the leader, and these ones are following in formation. Isn't that nice? See how they have a regiment as to how they do things. The birds. It's not all random. They have a pattern to what they do. There's the leader. One of them is the leader. That one's assigned as the leader, and these are the followers. Let's get back to our twin otter. Right here. Actually, first of all, we're going to do a takeoff. And we've got the red beacon on the Twin Otter. Sorry about that. I took one eye off of the of that because I didn't want to miss our Twin Otter engine start. I do not want to miss. I want you guys to see everything. So. Okay, let me move the camera now down to our Twin Otter because it's just about ready to start engines. Let's watch it. Love Twin Otters. Planes, boats, birds, that's it. Planes, boats, and birds, that's true. Bit of everything today. It's been a good one. Come on, Twin Otter. Can we see? I don't know if I zoom in, if we can see the pilots. Can you guys see them on your screen? It looks dark to me. I don't know if you guys can actually see the pilots there or not. So we're just waiting patiently. Yes, welcome, Gigaboat. Gigaboat says, I've been watching for 20 minutes. I love your point of view. I'm a follower. Okay. This location where I'm standing is just on the stairs. There's a elevator here, and they've got a staircase that's right, goes up the levels with the elevator as well. So I'm on the second level here, just standing on the landing, I guess you could call it. So that's the point of view where I'm standing at. There we go, Showtime.
You on it?
I'm on live, yeah. This is JetFlix TV, live streaming on YouTube.
You know what kind of airplane that is?
Yeah, this is a Twin Otter, de Havilland Canada Twin Otter. Oh, no problem. Say again?
The nose looks different from what I'm used to seeing on.
Yeah, they do have two different kinds of noses, a short nose and a large nose. And this is, yeah. So
Okay.
two different versions. You're right. Yeah, oh, no problem. He's right, yeah, because that's a good point as well. The Twin Otter was built with a short nose, and then they modified it with what you see here, the larger nose. So he was right. Good question and good point. Great stuff. Love it. Fantastic. Wow. Just love my Twin Otter action. As I say, today we did check the price. It's $300 one way, flying the Twin Otter. I think if you book it earlier than 24 hours, if you go maybe a week in advance, you might get it cheaper than that. Oh, this is amazing action here, guys. Love it. Very quickly, very quickly. Nice landing on the Caravan. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Back to our Twin Otter. love this backup procedure. Look at this. This is cool. This is neat. How to back up a twin otter. That's a very neat procedure. Very neat procedure. Look at the action though. I mean, we've got a lander. We got the twin otter moving out, and we got this. Three airplanes on the move again. It's kind of busy. That looks a bit precarious. Looks like he's not too far above those boats. Neat. Okay, so that aircraft's down, and now there's our twin otter taxiing out. This is great action. I don't know. Sorry about that. No, I don't know where the information desk is. I wish I did, but I can't help with. But I'll find out for next time. I'll try my best. It's amazing footage. That was a quick takeoff as well. Nice climb profile on the twin otter. Well, he wasn't completely full. I think we counted about 13 passengers. It seats 19, so they had 5 or 6 empty seats for the flight over to Victoria. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Birds. We had some nice birds there. That's the view. That's where he is, climbing out over the mountains, then over to Nanaimo or Victoria. Not sure which. Probably Victoria. So here's this arrival. Pulling in at the gate, the water gate, I guess. Dock. Yeah, it's more accurate. Tie it in. So it's overcast. I think this temperature is still probably around 12 or 13 degrees. They were calling for low 20s by the time we're into the mid-afternoon, but it's definitely cool here. Just to show you what the spotting location is like, there's so many areas to really watch from here because it's a big open area here. It's for everybody to come and enjoy the space and the area. It's a great place to watch airplanes, really. That's a good... I was thinking of doing the live show actually from that corner right there, but then I'd be far away from the Twin Otters. But I think pretty much anywhere you set up, you'd have a good view. But for the Twin Otter action where I'm standing, I think it's the best, I think. So, passenger coming out with his bags. Or is that an employee? That might be an employee. Are those passengers or employees? I don't know. Well, that lady's definitely a passenger. So, it's been busy. It's been really quite busy for sure. Any bird strikes? I don't... You know, it must happen, right? Because there's a lot of birds buzzing about, but I guess maybe not of a serious nature, and because the airplanes are slower operating aircraft than jets, maybe it's not a common thing that we read about bird strikes in the newspaper. I'm not going to say that they don't happen, but I think it's just probably not a problem, not a big problem. So, hello, C. Johnny 4. Yeah, okay, the control tower, I mentioned it. It's on a building behind me, which I can't show you guys. It's on top of the Granville Square building, and that's about a 20-story building. So, that is interesting. That's a good perspective. Highest in the world. It's certainly a high control tower for sure. Brett, welcome to the show. Brett says, I just found the channel, and I love it. Thank you so much for joining us from Australia, and welcome SNS 8RO3. He says, they say 97% are headed over to Victoria. That's right. The odd one goes to the fishing lodge. So I wasn't sure if maybe the odd one also went to Nanaimo, but yeah, definitely the vast majority of the flights are heading over to Victoria. So look at that. What have we got here? What are these guys? Oh, those are loons. That's what's on our dollar. Those are loons. Well, you had a view of them. Those are loons. No, you know, like the loony dollar. That's exactly what those birds were. Nice to see them, actually. Very, very nice to see them buzzing about here. So we've got a turbine otter about to start engines right here. They've got the beacon on. So I think we're minutes away from this engine start. You can see the beacon on the top of the roof of the aircraft. That again just tells people that the engine is about to start. So we'll just be patient, and we'll have this departure. It's 9:30, so yeah, they open up the aircraft here at 7:30. They start flying at 7:30 because of noise rules for the residents that live in these buildings. So the action starts at 7:30, and the peak time is between 7:30 and 9:30, which is kind of right. Oh, I have a friend here. I have a huge bird that just landed right beside me, and it's a crow. But it's a big crow. Look at the size of him. He's literally just a few feet from where I'm standing. He wants to be on the show. He wanted to be on the show. So he got his wish. Yeah, we got birds, loons, geese, everything. Even otters, turbine otters. PT6 powered otters. So that's kind of neat. We got a nice mix of things to view here. And are there passengers? Yeah, there's passengers sitting in that airplane. I think so. I do think so. Well, that beacon's definitely on. So it means, yeah, there's a ground tech standing on the other side of the aircraft, so they should start it. They should be starting engines in just a second. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it being out here, and I mean, it's always enjoyable to come to the float base and watch the action. There's always so much to see. with the port and, you know, everything happening here. But I'm going to show you guys something here, because these birds are really doing a nice swimming display. If I can get the camera, I'll move, just give me 1 second, and I'll show you these cute birds in formation. Okay, so I don't know, we've got maybe just a second for me to move the camera around. We saw them earlier, but they are right there. Canadian geese. But look at how they're perfectly spaced. It's like they're choreographed. Isn't that? They're like equal distance. It's like they're doing training too. Look at their spacing. It's perfect. They definitely have a way of doing things. They're not all, you know, they're just all nicely organized in the water. Isn't that neat? It's like they're soldiers on parade. There's an order to what they're doing. Very cool. Back to the float plane. Back to the float plane. Or maybe it's not going to fly because they've turned, the beacon is off. So, but that's not going to fly, but I can show you one that is going to fly. This one here. These passengers are boarding it right now. So this one's for sure going to fly. This might be going over to Nanaimo. As one of the earlier comments indicated, the vast majority of twin otter flights go to Victoria Harbour, and then you've got a mixture of turbine otter and turbine otters going to Nanaimo and Victoria. So this could be going to either Nanaimo or Victoria, and they'll probably be leaving in a few minutes. So always a fun trip to head over to the island, whether you're going by ferry or float plane. See people, lots of people here observing the stuff, the aircraft. It's just, and again, because the cruise ship is in town, we've got a lot of people from the cruise ship as well out watching things. So much to see. Neat. There we go. The last passenger is on. That's going to be a fun job working on the dock here for Harbour Air. You get lots of nice burnt kerosene smell. They're going to pull the aircraft back a little bit. We're waiting for that beacon to come on to indicate that they're just about ready to go flying. There goes the pilot climbing in. Is that? Okay. Well, that woman has a good job. She's the captain. She's the pilot. She just climbed in. Good for her. Wow. Steve says, what altitude do the otters get to? I think they go about maybe 3 or 4, maybe no more than 5,000 feet heading over to the island. Hello, Modified. And Jim Jam, nice to see you. Good question, though. And SNS8RO3 says we have 2 inbound, one from Victoria and one from Seychelles. Okay, excellent. Thank you for that heads up. I'll be watching for them. Oh, we have something else. I have something neat to show you guys. Look at this. Look at this. Here is our Canadian Coast Guard Dash 8 doing a fly past. That is neat. I wonder if he'll circle around. He might circle around for another fly past. This is cool. Very cool. Canadian Coast Guard Dash 8. We get a nice fixed wing as well here. If he can do another fly past for us, that would be amazing. That would be very neat. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Oh, somebody was asking about fueling. They're fueling this airplane right there. There you go. They've got the fuel hose up and they're fueling the aircraft. So you can see it with your own eyes. That's the fueling operations in effect. One Av Geek Girl says, yes, please don't forget to hit that like button. Can we reach 200 likes? That would be amazing if we can. Hello, John Blower from the UK. I'm a travel agent and I sell these Harbour Air flights for my clients. Great to see them in action. I am so happy to see that. That is amazing, John. I'm thrilled that you are able to see these very flights that you sell to your customers. That is wonderful. Yes, so they're fueling that airplane, and this airplane's just about ready to go here. Pilot is strapping herself in, and here's craft that one of you pointed out. It's kind of right there above the trees. So this is one of our inbound. And this this lady's starting engine. She's starting engines right there. Thank you so much, SNS8RO3, for the 99-cent donation. Appreciate that. And Lee Woodhouse, welcome to the show. Glad you're enjoying it. Coming to Vancouver in November. Joining us from Rushden, UK. We've got a little bit of... See if we can do the 2 of these at once. We've got the aircraft in the lower left starting engines. And we've got this inbound coming in right here. Could this be Seychelles? I don't know if this is our Seychelles arrival. It's one of the 2. Nice. This is the Beaver. This is the Beaver. That is very nice stuff. Piston pounder. Bump, bump, bump. Bump, bump, bump. Nice looking Beaver. Don't mean to borrow that line from Leslie Nielsen. Wow. Oh, I've got a bird. That crow came back. Check me out. He was crowing about something. So the Beaver's coming towards us, and we have the other aircraft as well. Kirsten Mills, congratulations, Kirsten, 10 months. My goodness, thank you so much, Kirsten. Nice to see you back. Love the float planes. Happy belated Canada Day. Yes, indeed, Kirsten. And here's our Beaver coming back in. I like this nice look. Again, it is a neat looking Beaver with the First Nations artwork on the tail. I like it. Very cool. Gulf Island seaplanes. Wow. Oh, and the Dash 8 did another fly past, which I missed. Stupid me, but we've been so busy here with all these airplanes coming and going and buzzing about. It's just been real busy. Round engine stuff. And then we've got this guy taking off right there. Wow. Rock and roll. Chop chop. That's up and away like Superman. And here's this one taxiing in, and we've got another lander actually. We've got another lander right over the trees. So pretty sure I saw it somewhere. I'm searching for it. Nope, not there. Bear with me, guys. I'm looking for. There we go. There's our. We've got two landers actually. As you can see, there's another one behind it. Or no, that's the Dash 8 doing passes here. So I'm going to try and show the Dash 8. That is the Dash 8. Search and rescue in the background. You can see the Dash 8 above the tree line. No, this is a Beaver. This is the turbo. This is a turbine. No, this is a normal Beaver of Sea Air. Normal Beaver. Normal Sea Air Beaver. Piston pounder. Great action, actually. Very cool, neat action. I'm looking for the Dash 8 though, because the Dash 8 was doing circuits over the harbor as well here, and I've kind of lost it. I lost the harbor, the Dash 8. Oh, I see him again. I do see the Dash 8. He turned around at the bridge. So, kind of a lot lots of bits and pieces happening. Let's put it that way. But nice to have, we've had 3 different piston pounder Beavers in, which is nice. Seagulls. Donna says, is the Dash 8 from Comox? No, it's based in Vancouver. We've seen it on our show, our Vancouver show, and it comes and goes. But right now they are flying over kind of the harbor here, but west of the Lionsgate Bridge, so they're not actually coming over to the central harbor area where we are, and I guess it's because there's too much float plane traffic. That's what I'm thinking is the reason for that. I see it over there in the distance, but we have another float plane on approach, so I'm just going to bring the camera around for this next landing. Where is it? I thought I saw it. Yeah, right there. Okay, you check the schedule. It is from Comox. Where is... There we go. Here's this arrival, this next arrival. Right, there we go. There. If I can get the focus. Better. Another Harbour Air coming in. You can hear the Beaver belching away as it taxis in. Double bounce. Oh yeah, double bounce, triple bounce. Triple bounce, excellent. Oof. Look at that. Oh, that's for the for those that aren't too concerned about motion sickness. So look at this. Here's our Harbour Air, or I'm sorry, our Sea Air Beaver arriving at the gate, the dock. So look at that. We've got one Beaver and two Beavers. Two Beavers right there. Holy moly. Wow, so Kirsten says, send the clouds to Victoria. They look nice and cool. Yes, it is. It is. Definitely. Absolutely. Do we call it a melted butter landing? Yes, we can call it. Absolutely. We can do that. Melted butter landing sounds good. See, we've got three Beavers there. Harbour Air, Gulf Island Seaplanes, and Sea Air, all visible in the same screen. And we've got another landing coming our way. Believe it or not. Okay, let's bring the camera up. The battery's at 17%. It might collapse here in just a second, though. So, give me 1 second. Twin Otter. It's our red Twin Otter. We know the Twin Otter. We know which one this is. My battery's at 17%. I'm hoping I can make this last. This is neat, isn't it? Doing our best. Nice view for sure. What a nice view that is. Melted butter landing, melted butter landing. Yeah, that's what that is. Pilots made it look easy. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I've enjoyed it immensely. It's been a really... We'll do this again. We'll do it again soon for sure. So yeah, we've been going going for at least a good more than 2 hours, and it's been great fun. I really do hope you've all enjoyed the show. Hello, Vancouver Live Cam. Glad you thank you for your kind words on the camera work. Vancouver Live Cam, thank you. And Lady Di was hoping to see the red twin otter today, and here it is, dressed in the Canadian maple leaf flag, our national colors. Looks fantastic. Isn't that looking nice? Great way to cap off the show. That's it. I'd like to thank everybody for being here today. It's been an amazing, fun show. I have enjoyed it. I think you guys enjoyed it too. It's been something different. And we'll do it again soon. And I just want to welcome everybody back to the show. I'm wishing everybody a very good day and a good week ahead. Who knows? Maybe we'll do another pop-up show here soon or whatever. We'll play it by ear, but we'll definitely come back here soon again. Thank you so much for watching. Those of you that made donations, thank you very, very much. Thanks to our moderators, and thank you to you guys. Appreciate the thumbs up. We'll see everybody next time. Bye for now. Bye, everybody.